Oh my god, finally! Some more Falcon 3. Amazing. I really have not had time to do any recording or play the game at all. I am finally getting to do the close air support mission that I left the last video off on. It's going to be a very short one. Tactical air aid to cover a escape of our allied forces from an enemy town. What I'll also be doing, let's check some okay, waypoints. So the enemy air defenses look like they're coming from the air base. Yeah. What I might do here is I'd like to set up a second. We're going to do something. It's going to be a bit of a long shot. I did this in a previous mission, but I forgot to record the mission. It's like the one mission of this campaign that I forgot to record. Otherwise, we have everything on video. Here's what I'm going to do. And this is going to be a boring video. And I'll try to talk about interesting things while I'm doing this. We're going to send out a second flight of F-16s. And what they're going to do is they are going to bomb the enemy airfield. Flight 1 is us. We're fine how we are. There's nothing interesting. We're just going to do our close air support and leave. Flight 2 is going to be where things get interesting. What is Flight 1's waypoint? Start at 7,000 feet, 450? Okay. And here's what we're going to do. I've got a better idea. Oh my god, okay. That's really stupid. Okay. Yeah, orchestrating shit here. Bear with me. Flight 1, that's going to be our flight. We're going to do close air support. I'm not the greatest at the close air support, but we're going to hope that it works out. Okay. Flight 2, these are these guys. They're going to run bombing missions. We're going to bomb the airfield. Can they? Actually, can I make them do that? I didn't even consider that. I don't know that I can actually make them bomb. Oh, oops. That's not good. Okay, so they can't actually do that. Oh my god. I can't believe I wasted all your time with that. Okay, I really wanted to have a flight that existed just to bomb the enemy base, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, so we'll just have a flight do suppression of enemy air defenses. And they'll return to base. Nothing crazy happening here. Oh well. Loader armament. Looks like we pretty much got everything we could. An ECM pod's going to do us all good, so I'll just load them for everyone in the flight. And a resupply date should be soon enough that it doesn't hurt to have everybody with the ECM pods. And that's it. We're just gonna take off. And I figured I'd record this now while I had some time, and then I'll go and watch Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, I believe. Which I feel like I've watched before, but I've been watching through the original Star Trek movies again recently, and it's the one that I still have to watch. I hate the motion picture. Wrath of Khan was excellent, but I suppose that probably goes without saying nowadays. And, of course, The Search for Spock was very good as well. I do like The Voyage Home. It's kind of weird. It's a little stupid, but it's fun to watch. I don't really like Star Trek V. Which one was 5? What was the name of 5? It was, I forget, but it's the one where the guy hijacks the ship and goes to meet God or something. It's weird. It's kind of silly. And spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, they're just like, hey, why do you need a spaceship, God? And he's like, zap, you're dead. And then he zaps someone else who asks the same thing, and then they nuke him from the sky and fly away. And that's about it. They make such a big fuss about not being able to cross the boundaries of the universe or some nonsense like that, but then the Enterprise just flies right through it like it's nothing. It's like, come on. I don't know. It's not the best Star Trek movie, really. And I think in general the original series Star Trek movies were, a little bit here and there when it came to the quality of them. Obviously, the Wrath of Khan is a classic, and so are, I guess, The Voyage Home to an extent is as well, but it's kind of weird. And motion pictures is also kind of weird. From I think a cinematic perspective, I can't think of a lot of movies where most of the movie consists of a spaceship floating through a cloud, and then they find a satellite and ask it the meaning of life, and some lady turns her life essence into it. It's just, they're strange, and it's Star Trek, and so it feels very Star Trek, so I can't complain in that regard, but still, they're very, very unusual movies. And I think that the quality of the movies seemed a bit more consistent come the Next Generation movies. Obviously, First Contact was just freaking awesome, and Generations, where we got to have the original series cast and the Next Generation casts playing their roles together. It was really, really darn good. Off the top of my head, I don't remember very much from Insurrection, but I do remember Nemesis well, and although it also felt a little odd, it was pretty good. It was a damn good Star Trek movie. But something felt off about it. I don't really know. If anybody else has seen Star Trek Nemesis and the rest of the Star Trek movies, and they think, hey, he's right, that was a little bit odd, or maybe you don't. Maybe you think Nemesis is just a perfectly normal Star Trek movie. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. That's a possibility, too. I thought it was odd. And I don't have a valid explanation for why. It's just how I feel about it. It's not to say that it's a bad movie. Certainly not, but it definitely, it felt different in some way. I'm sure, I know they've done modern TV series and things like that. I certainly haven't seen any of them. I'm not paying subscriptions. I do have a nice set of the original series movies on VHS, which is how I've been watching those movies recently. I've been enjoying that a great deal. So the key with the ground attack missions is that things that are gray are your ally vehicles. And things that are not gray are enemies, if I'm not mistaken. Although I could very well be mistaken. I don't really see the enemy ground vehicles. I'm not sure exactly what the target is here, so this is an awkward... Oh, wait a minute. Aren't my allies have... Oh, I see. It's further beyond the... Okay. I just hadn't reached them yet. There we go. There's the enemies. Okay, I was so confused. There we go. Okay, so these are gray or brown icons. Those are enemy vehicles. Gray icons on the ground are allied vehicles. And if you don't realize that, you'll have some very, very awkward moments. Let me tell you, there's nothing worse than flying a really successful close air support mission where you racked up kills and you blew everything up like a total boss, and then you got to the after action report and you get court-martialed because all of the 100 targets that you just destroyed with absolute precision from all of your instruments were allies. It's not a good feeling. And what I should have done is use the recon function in the mission editor before I went and started trying to bomb stuff, but rifle gone. Here's some kabooms. I see some smoke. Oh, I'm wondering if I got some of them. The one thing I don't know about is how to identify dead enemy vehicles from live ones, other than, of course, my Mavericks getting a lock on them. They won't lock on if the enemy is dead. That's good to know, I guess, but... So I stick to the clearly colored ones. Like these yellow lines that are on the screen, I don't know if they're alive or dead. I'm thinking that those are dead targets. But the more distinctly colored targets are certainly, most certainly alive. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so I'm thinking that those yellowish icons are when the enemies are destroyed, and I'm thinking that the reason that they're yellow and not like black is because of the jungle camouflage mod that I have installed. Which is weird, but does look a little cool. And in that regard, I would say that we're probably done with our mission here. I'm going to autopilot for a second, time accelerate just to get back on course, because frankly, I just don't care that much. And we'll get back to our base. See how our allies are doing. Only 3, eh? Oh, cool. Some A-10 Warthogs. That's fun. Actually building a model A-10 Warthog right now. I'm just working on some decals and then it'll be done. And I just recently finished my first model airplane, a 1/144th scale Academy F-16. Academy's the brand that makes the model. And that turned out quite nice. I got a little kit of all the colors that USAF uses from 1970s to present, and it looks great, and I can, use the same colors on the A-10. So that's been great. So it definitely looks like my allies got to the enemies before I did. I don't know how much seed the seed squadron did, but I hope they all survived. I really don't have any way of knowing if they did or not. I'd like to know what happened to my seed squadron. I hope they didn't all get destroyed. That'd suck. But oh, what are these? Those are F-15s. Well, whatever. Time to land anyhow. Come on. Ooh, that was close. Look at how much I bounced. That's fine. That's good enough for me. I don't really care. End mission there. See how those results are. Alling, that's my character. Ramirez crashed his plane, Jab crashed his plane, Elder crashed it. What the heck? Why did they all crash their planes? Wow. That was the entire seed group crashed their planes. What the heck is with the AI in this game? Enemy ground losses. 30. Well, we got rid of 30 of their vehicles. I wish I hadn't wasted that entire squad on seed. That's really pathetic that they all went and killed themselves, but... Huh. That sucks. That's going to put a big hit on my strategy. But I suppose it's that way. I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way. Panama Day 4, 2300. A defensive screen destroy enemy aircraft encountered in the area. This is where I think we'll pick up next episode, because defensive screens can take a very long time. So we'll come back to this next time. And I'm gonna go watch my Star Trek movies and, you know, leave a comment, check out the website. It's gonna be linked in the description if you care about Falcon 3.0 stuff. I would bargain that this is the place to be, you know? Hey, I like Falcon 3.0. I like chatting with people about it, so feel free to leave a comment, hit an email on the webpage. I mean, anything. Have good. Alright. There you go.